good evening. And this year, especially in the run-up to Christmas, it gives me enormous pleasure to announce that the European Film Academy Award for Achievement in World Cinema goes to a very special man. Yes, the man from Nazareth. No, not that one. The other one. The man I'm talking about was born in Nazareth in 1960 into a Palestinian family. By his own admission, he was a school dropout, a street kid who became a bum, but a bum with one important qualification. He was a thinking bum. And whilst his school friends went on to work or study, he made a pilgrimage to New York City, and it was there that he educated himself in literature and cinema. And he started making films. I'm speaking of the unique and wonderful human being and artist extraordinaire that is Elia Suleiman. Here we are today, out here on the edge of Europe, and your films and their conflicts also happen out there on the fringes of Europe. But that's exactly why they're so very central to us, because they're informed by your life, by that of a wandering Palestinian in Israel who's witnessed his hometown become a ghetto. And we all know what I mean by that. We also know where you stand on that. But you're not a political flag waver or a militant director. You use another weapon. It's called humor. And humor is a very serious business. And it's not just serious, it's difficult. It's difficult to do well. But difficult as it is, Elia, you have managed to create a cinematic language that is entirely your own, an instantly recognizable style that is totally original, inventive, singular, and funny. And at the same time, it has a purity and an integrity that is deadly and potently serious. Often your semi-biographical impassive observer is just that, impassive and observing. But your deadpan humor brings those stories to life. You've been compared to Buster Keaton and Jacques Tati, but I know you only caught up with them after you started making your films. Your frames turn into tableaux, like paintings coming alive. Images once seen, never forgotten. Hilarious visual feasts, and a simple invitation to be joyful of the act of simply watching a movie. Amidst the noise and madness of it all, your alter ego rarely speaks, creating a pleasurable, if perplexing, resonance of silence. But then there's also the burlesque, there's also the musicality, there's also the choreography, the deep melancholy, and the absurd sense of humor. Palestinian statelessness and displacement through deadpan slapstick. Eventually, all this gives way to tenderness, to love, and to hope, even. You ridicule statehood, politics, and ideologies, but you're so tender with people. At heart, your films are instructions to love your peers and hate those constructions that pit people against each other. And there's even hope that future generations will witness the change that we don't yet see happening. I'll drink to that, sir. And now, let's have a look at some of your small but perfectly formed oeuvre.
طبع يالا.
Are you a perfect stranger?
يا سكان الجليل، ارموا أسلحتكم وارفعوا الألوية البيضاء.
And the award for European Achievement in World Cinema 2022 goes to the man from Nazareth, Elia Suleiman.
What's this for? Well, thank you, everyone. I have a little confession to make, actually. Is in the correspondence between me and the Academy before I came here when I was in Paris, they had a few things to tell me about schedule. One of the items was if I needed coaching for this thank you speech. And of course, arrogantly, I said, what nonsense is this, And I have to say, I regret it now. Should have, okay. I mean, so many people, look, I didn't write anything, so I'm just going to say some words. I'm going to be inconsistent. I'm probably going to be awkward and all of that, but I'm going to try. Because normally, I have this kind of silly kind of position that whatever it is I need to say, that it should not be mundane. It should be absolutely sincere. Having said that, this is exactly what I think when I write my scripts. I say to myself, if it's not sincere, I'm not going to make the film. So you can imagine that's why it takes me 7 to 8 years to make a film, because the rest of the years I'm not that sincere. And I know it. And I kind of enjoy it. Having said that, I have to say, I was thinking, what am I going to say for this price? Well, it's going to boost, it's going to expand, it's going to make more elastic, more years to come, where I don't have to do anything and where I don't have to write scripts. I can just put it on my desk and enjoy doing nothing, which I have been doing a very excellent job at for so many years of my life. I'm really good at it. I excel. I love staring at nothing, smoke, drink, and pretend that I'm thinking. You know, having said that, I mean, it's funny. Okay, I will not bore you much longer. I will not do I mean, there's so many. I'm going to try to be serious. I know it's not going to work. There's so many people to thank along the way. You know, every film is so much hard time waiting, actually. It's not the work, it's actually the waiting for basically the money to come. And in times of trouble, I was always fortunate to have guardian angels, let's put it that way, not necessarily. There are people who I know and I appreciate for they come in when I need the help. And quite a few of them, actually, even though I'm not terribly generous in my thank you, but quite a few of them are here. I don't know where they are seated, but I'm not going to make a long list. But where is Thanasis? Palace Film, where are you, Thanasis? Thanasis is one of the people who came to rescue me, for example, in my last film, and when it was quite almost dead without money and finance. There's Jovan, who's the director of the Sarajevo Film Festival, who's around here. There's quite a few. Maybe I should give a most credible credit for this of my partner, Yasmin, who's my wife, and who's a composer, singer. And who participates with her music in my films, but who also is my music advisor and also my first script reader. And lately, I have to admit that she has progressively become much more delicate and diplomatic and tender in the way she tells me how to trash the scenes I've written. But it's improving. I thank the Academy. I will go for my seat. I bored you. Thank you so much for this.